Staying motivated can be one of the biggest challenges when working toward a goal, especially when you feel like giving up. Sometimes you might find that the excitement you had in the beginning starts to fade and doubts begin to creep in. The energy that once fueled your passion might seem to be running low, making every step forward feel exhausting. It is in such a moment that motivation becomes a very volatile concept. It's not constant, and there will always be several moments when you feel easily discouraged. However, that does not mean you are supposed to quit. Instead, it is finding out why motivation fades and how to rekindle it that helps drive you past the obstacles standing on your road to success. One big reason that makes motivation disappear is when there is no immediate result. In today's fast-paced world, we expect instant gratification. When we don't see progress right away, it's easy to feel like our efforts are pointless. However, real success takes time, patience, and perseverance. The most successful people in the world did not achieve greatness overnight. They stayed consistent even when progress was slow. Recognizing that results take time can help shift your perspective from frustration to long-term commitment. Instead of focusing on what hasn't happened yet, focus on the small steps you can take each day. Another common reason motivation fades is the presence of obstacles and failures. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to feel like giving up is the only option. Many people associate failure with the end of the road, but in reality, failure is a lesson. It is an opportunity to grow, adjust your approach, and become better. Each time you are set back, you are being taught something incredibly important. Instead of viewing it as a cause for giving up, view it instead as a stepping stone to achieving success. Remember, every single great success story tells the moment of failure. What differentiates those who end up winning from those who end up quitting is their ability to keep going. Mental exhaustion and burnout also contribute a lot to low motivation. When you drive yourself too hard without allowing for rest, you may start feeling drained. Things that once gave you the urge to get out of bed will become burdens. That is why balance is key. Taking time off, resting, and allowing your body and mind to recharge can make all the difference. Motivation is like a battery. It needs to be recharged often. When you feel like you are not getting ahead, take time to step back, relax, and come back refreshed in mind. Another reason for losing motivation is comparison. Now, in this social media world, everyone seems to be achieving great things. It's hard not to look at their success and think that you are falling behind. However, it does not depict the struggle, failures, and hard work that go into achieving that performance. Comparing yourself to people is discouraging because it diverts your focus from your own progress and pushes you away from what matters most. Looking at what people can do and what you lack in comparison is not the way forward. Individuals are all on different timelines, and success has its time. Lack of a purpose or goal can also lead to waning motivation. When there is no great reason for doing what you're doing, it gets harder to care about it. This is why having a vision and a clear idea of what you want to achieve is very important. Turn it around and ask yourself, why did I even start? What is pushing me forward? What will success feel like for me? The deeper the connection to the goal, the easier it will be to be committed when it gets tough. Write down your goals, picture your success, and remind yourself daily of why you started. Motivation doesn't come up overnight. Instead, it's something that one needs to create. By understanding why it fades, you take steps to not let it go. Recognize that slow progress is still progress. View failures as lessons. Take care of your mental and physical health. Stop comparing yourself to others and reconnect with your purpose. When you do these things, you will find that staying motivated becomes much easier, even in the toughest moments. No matter how difficult things get, remember that the key to success is persistence. Keep going. your breakthrough will be around the corner. Overcoming negative thoughts and self-doubt is definitely one of the biggest challenges in maintaining motivation. No matter how potent and capable, at certain moments you will definitely feel your mind being flooded with all kinds of doubts, fears, and insecurity. It becomes very discouraging as you wonder if indeed you are capable enough to achieve what you want. But in reality, self-doubt is very normal. The most successful people in the world have had times of uncertainty as well. What matters is that you learn to overcome these negative thoughts so they do not govern your actions and prevent you from reaching your maximum potential. The first step towards overcoming negative thoughts is to realize where they are coming from. Many times, self-doubts come from fear. Fear of failure, the judgment, or not having it good enough. Often, these fears of failure, judgment, or not being good enough are based on experiences learned over time or through other people. If you've failed in the past, your mind may probably lie to you and say you're going to fail again. If somebody has doubted you sometime in the past, you'd be likely to doubt yourself. However, just because you have faced challenges before does not mean you are destined to fail again. Every new opportunity is a fresh start, and your past does not define your future. Another important step in overcoming self-doubt is changing the way you talk to yourself. Many people are their own worst critics. They fill their heads with negative things. You are not good enough. You are not smart enough. Or you don't have talent. However, the way you speak to yourself has a huge impact on your confidence and motivation. Telling yourself that you are going to fail repeatedly sets you up for failure. Remind yourself of all your strengths, your past achievements, and the progress you have already made. Instead of saying, "I won't be able to do this," change it to, "I will figure it out." In place of the thought, "I am not good enough," remind yourself that, "I am capable, and I am improving every day." Your thoughts shape your reality, so make sure they work in your favor. Acting will be another strong method to work through self-doubt. In most instances, negative thinking is overwhelming after you spend more time overanalyzing. As you think through everything that would go wrong, the more anxiety builds up inside of you, but action stops the cycle at best. Since you begin making progress toward achieving your goal, you shift attention from fear and to progress instead. Even small acts will help build confidence. The more you prove to yourself that you are able to do it, the less powerful your self-doubt will become. Surrounding oneself with positive people will also work like magic. Doubts in life are not strong when a person is all alone with his own thoughts. Having people believing in you could give you all the encouragement that may silence all your doubts in the mind. Get friends, mentors, or people who have served as great role models, who have inspired and remind you of who you can become. Just sometimes, all one needs is that one person believing in you. Lastly, remember that conquering self-doubt is a process that takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You can be expecting days when these negative thoughts creep back, but what matters here is how you react to it. Make sure that those negative thoughts do not stop you from your dreams. Every challenge you fight and win makes you stronger, and every step forward brings you closer to success. Believe in yourself, keep pushing forward, and do not let the doubt in yourself define your future. The creation of small wins is one of the best methods for keeping momentum going while working towards a goal. Most people lose their momentum because they try to see too much of the big picture at once and become overwhelmed with the distance left before reaching their goals. However, success does not lie in one giant leap, but in making consistent small moves forward. With each small victory you make, you gain more confidence, believe in yourself again, and move on with much motivation. In celebrating small progresses, you build unstoppable momentum, which will make you keep going even when faced with challenges. One of the greatest reasons why many people cannot motivate themselves is the fact that they set massive goals without breaking down the goal into smaller, easier steps. Inasmuch as having a big vision is a must, it can be so intimidating. Sometimes, if all you focus on is the result, it appears impossible to be achieved. If you break it down into a smaller milestone, however, then it becomes something manageable. Instead of thinking about the whole journey, you can focus on taking one step at a time. Every time you complete a small task or reach a milestone, it gives you a sense of accomplishment and keeps you motivated to continue. For instance, if your goal is to lose 50 pounds, thinking about losing all that weight at once might feel overwhelming. But if you are trying to lose only 2 pounds at a time, it seems much more attainable. Every time you lose those 2 pounds, you have a small victory that makes you want to lose the next 2 pounds. The same principle applies to any goal. Starting a business, writing a book, or getting fit. Breaking down the goal into smaller steps makes it feel more realistic and keeps you focused on making steady progress. Another reason small wins are so powerful is that they create positive reinforcement. When you achieve something, no matter how small, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel happy and motivated. This creates a cycle where success leads to more motivation, which leads to more success. The more small wins you get, the more energetic you feel in keeping it up. Something like checking a thing off on your to-do list can make you feel fulfilled and motivated to do more. To maintain motivation, celebrate your small wins. Some people commit this error of celebrating only the major achievements, but it makes the journey seem so long and tiresome. Instead, take the time to acknowledge and appreciate every little bit of progress you make. If you completed a difficult workout, treat yourself to something small, like watching your favorite show. If you finished an important project at work, take some time to recognize your effort before moving on to the next thing. These little celebrations reinforce good behavior and keep you excited about your progress. Second is tracking progress in order to add momentum. Knowing how far you have come boosts your energy for further progress. You can create a journal or use a habit tracker where you chart every step you are making. Then on bad days when everything seems like going nowhere, viewing what you've already accomplished reminds you of keeping on. Another aspect of creating small wins is to set realistic and achievable goals. Sometimes things start to go downhill when your goals are too big or too difficult to achieve within a short time. If your goals are too big or vague, for sure, you are going to be discouraged when you don't see results right away. Try setting clear and attainable short-term goals that lead toward your bigger vision. This keeps you moving and feeling that you are doing something worthwhile throughout the process. Lastly, remember that progress is progress, regardless of how big. Many people forget small wins because they feel the change doesn't amount to much. But it was through small steps that every grand feat was achieved. Each small win is a testament that you are indeed moving somewhere and closer to your big dream. All it takes is consistency. As long as you continue taking little strides, you will eventually get to your destination. Focus on creating small wins, breaking your goals into manageable steps, celebrating progress, and tracking your achievements. By doing so, you will create unstoppable momentum, which will motivate you, overcome obstacles, and push you toward success. Whatever the size of your goal is, remember that every journey begins with a single step. Just keep going and keep building those small wins. Before you know it, you'll be closer than ever to achieving your dreams. One of the biggest challenges people face when working toward their goals is dealing with self-doubt and moments of discouragement. There will be times when you feel like you're not making progress, when setbacks shake your confidence, or when external pressures make you question whether continuing is worth it. In such moments, motivation seems like a far-fetched concept, and giving up seems like the easier option. However, the key to pushing forward is not just about external motivation, but mastering the inner dialogue you have with yourself. Self-doubt often creeps in when you compare your progress to others. With social media showcasing success stories and highlight reels of people's achievements, it is easy to feel like you are behind or that you are not good enough. However, comparison is one of the most dangerous traps you can fall into. Everyone's journey is different, and success is not a race. Instead of measuring yourself against others, focus on your personal growth and how far you've come. Track your own progress, set personal milestones, and celebrate even the smallest victories. This will help shift your focus from what others are doing to what truly matters, your journey and improvement. Another critical factor in overcoming discouragement is developing a strong why. Your why is the deeper reason behind your goal, the thing that fuels your determination even when the road gets tough. When motivation runs dry, your why is what's going to get you moving again. Reflect on why you began with it in the first place. Are you exercising for a better quality of life? Are you working hard so that you could have a better future for your family? Do you dream of achieving things that bring you happiness and fulfillment? Knowing your purpose builds a strong foundation that will hold you even at the toughest of times. Among the most efficient ways to maintain motivation is to focus on progress rather than perfection. Most individuals set very high expectations for themselves and become disheartened if they do not reach those standards right away. However, few things go according to a linear pattern. You are going to make mistakes, mess up, and have days where you feel you are going in reverse rather than forward. Rather than getting angry at these times, embrace them as part of the journey. Every failure, every challenge, and every tough moment is an opportunity to learn and grow. The secret is to keep moving, even if it's a little slower than you want it to be. The other very important factor for staying motivated in the times of difficulty is developing resilience. Resilience would represent the ability to bounce back from the setbacks and keep moving forward with their projects, despite all sorts of difficulties. It is seen as the attitude of mind that takes obstacles for steps forward, rather than stop signs. The most successful persons in the world are not those who have not faced failures. Rather, they are those who never allowed failure to define themselves. When you hit a roadblock, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask yourself, "What can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger?" This shift in perspective will allow you to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than reasons to quit. Surrounding yourself with positivity is also a game changer when it comes to staying motivated. The people you spend most of your time with and the content you consume really have a lot to do with your mindset. If you're always surrounded by negative people who doubt your capabilities, it's going to be hard to keep going. However, if you surround yourself with positive influences, whether it's supportive friends, mentors, motivational books, or uplifting content, you will be able to find the encouragement you need to keep going. Seek people who believe in you, challenge you to be better, and make you want to keep striving towards your goals. Another powerful strategy is creating a routine that fosters motivation and consistency. Motivation is ephemeral, it comes and goes. However, discipline and the formation of habit are what help you keep moving when motivation has dwindled to nothing. Make a daily routine that aligns with your goals. If you're working on a fitness goal, schedule regular workouts and stick to them, even on days you don't feel like it. If you're working on a personal project, set aside dedicated time each day to make progress. The more consistent you are, the more natural it will become to take action, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Visualization is one tool you might use when struggling to remain motivated. Just close your eyes for a few minutes, get ready in your head. Visualize being a successful performer and having experienced the fruit of your efforts. Reward in accomplishment, personal growth, or an experience to carry you into further life lessons as a reflection that you don't quit when you don't achieve. Many elite athletes and high achievers use visualization techniques to keep themselves focused and motivated. And you can apply the same strategy to your own life. Another important aspect of pushing forward is practicing self-compassion. Often, people are their own worst critics, being too hard on themselves when things don't go as planned. But for long-term motivation, treating yourself with kindness and understanding is important. Instead of beating yourself up over mistakes, remind yourself that setbacks are part of any journey. Progress takes time, and being patient with yourself is just as important as staying committed to your goal. Taking breaks and recharging will also be very important for sustaining motivation. Burnout can be a real problem, especially when one has been pushing themselves too hard without giving the body enough rest and recuperation time. If you feel exhausted and unmotivated, sometimes the best thing you can do is just take a step back, recharge, and come back stronger. This does not mean giving up. It means that rest has to become part of the long-term success. You can also keep a journal to document your thoughts, challenges, and achievements. This will help you stay motivated, as you can see how much you have accomplished over time by writing down your goals, tracking your progress, and reflecting on your journey. When you feel you are not making progress, you can look back at previous entries to remind yourself of how far you have come and get the push you need to keep going. Lastly, adopting a mindset of gratitude can transform the way you approach challenges. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, take time each day to reflect on what's going right. Gratitude shifts your perspective from frustration to appreciation, helping you see the positives even in difficult situations. No matter how tough things might be, you always have a reason to thank God for everything, whether for the opportunity to chase your dreams, for learning from mistakes, or for being supported by wonderful people. Bottom line, all it takes to stay motivated is the right mindset, habits, and support system when you really want to give up. It's about reminding yourself why you started, focusing on progress over perfection, and refusing to let setbacks define you. The journey may not always be easy, but every challenge you face makes you stronger. By committing to growth, surrounding yourself with positivity, and taking consistent action, you will develop the resilience needed to keep moving forward, no matter what obstacles come your way. Embracing the journey and trusting the process. The most important thing in staying motivated to work toward a goal is learning to love the journey and trust the process. Many people get discouraged because they focus too much on the end result, getting frustrated when things don't happen as quickly as they would like. True success is not just about reaching the destination, but about growing, learning, and evolving along the way. When you adopt the mindset that focuses on appreciating the journey rather than merely the destination, you build endurance, tolerance, and perseverance towards things getting any worse. Mainly, many people lose momentum because they wish for overnight solutions. In fast-paced society nowadays, we all get accustomed to quick fixes or overnight success. However, reality takes time. Every great achievement is built on years of effort, setbacks, and small improvements. If you focus only on how far you still have to go, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Instead, remind yourself that every small step forward is a victory. Even if you don't see immediate results, trust that the effort you're putting in is shaping you into the person who will ultimately succeed. Another key to embracing the journey is realizing that setbacks and failures are part of progress. Many people give up when they hit a roadblock and assume it means they're not meant to succeed. However, failure is not the opposite of success, it's a necessary part of it. Every failure teaches you something valuable, whether it's a lesson about perseverance, a new approach to solving problems, or a deeper understanding of yourself. Instead of seeing obstacles as reasons to quit, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. The most successful people in the world are not those who never failed, but those who refused to give up when they did. Gratitude is a powerful motivator to help keep you in this journey. As you concentrate more on what has not yet been achieved, the feeling of getting discouraged becomes overwhelming. When you take time and reflect on the distance covered so far, then you have moved from focusing on the progress toward possibilities. Spend time celebrating all that you've accomplished, no matter how little. Reflect on the skills you've developed, the challenges you've overcome, and the personal growth you've experienced. By focusing on gratitude, you create a positive mindset that keeps you motivated to keep moving forward. Another important aspect of trusting the process is staying present and enjoying the moment. Many people are so focused on the future that they forget to appreciate where they are right now. The growth is inside the journey, however. The struggles, the lessons, and the small victories are also contributors to how deeply meaningful that achievement feels. When you allow yourself only to reach your goal, you miss out on all the fun of it. Take time to celebrate progress, savor the challenge, and digest each step along the way. A support system could also enable you to stay motivated and committed. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage and uplift you can make all the difference. Whether it is friends, family, mentors, or other people pursuing similar goals, having a support system helps keep you on track and inspired. They remind you why you started whenever you want to give up. Maintaining a long-term vision is also important when it comes to trusting the process. In essence, when you understand why you are doing something and where you expect to get, it becomes easy to maintain a commitment even during slow progress. Take time and visualize your success, as well as remind yourself of the purpose in mind. Lastly, do not forget that success is not only about reaching the finish line, but who you become in the process. The discipline, resilience, and determination you develop in the process are as valuable as the achievement itself. When you learn to trust the journey, embrace setbacks, and appreciate the growth that comes with every step, you create a mindset that allows you to succeed in any area of life. Whether you are on a journey or halfway through it, just keep going. Have faith that everything you do brings you closer to your goal. Be patient, be committed, and most of all, have fun with it. Because in the end, it is not about being successful, but rather about becoming the best version of yourself in the process.